Hey guys, long time no see. Um, for a lot of you that have followed my channel for the past few years, I consider a lot of you guys my friends. I talk to you on Twitter. I talk to you on Discord sometimes, and I consider a lot of you guys really close friends. And a lot of you know that throughout the course of the history of my channel, I have been taking care of my grandmother in addition to doing YouTube. And sometimes that would lead to long periods of, or semi long periods of inactivity on the channel. And a lot of you guys have noticed that I haven't been posting a lot in the past 3 months or so. That was largely because I was taking care of my grandma. Her health is not the best, and really, me and my mother were the only people in my family that had the time and the energy to take care of her. And it's been really hard. It has. It's been a very difficult part of my life. I'll say that these past 2 or 3 years. And trying to do YouTube and trying to be funny and trying to, entertain you guys has been pretty difficult to do sometimes. Not all the time. Most of the time has been fine, but there have been periods where she's been really sick or she has been very dependent on me, and it can be kind of stressful. But one thing that it did do is it kind of gave me a purpose, and I think everyone kind of needs a purpose, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I'm kind of realizing it now because on Sunday my grandma died, and this has been really hard on me because my grandmother was in a lot of ways like my mother. My mom had me when she was 20, so relatively young for the early 90s, and there was a long period between me being born and the second grandchild being born. I think about 12 years. So it's always been one of those things where I kind of felt like my mother was like my sister, my uncle was like my brother, and my two aunts were also like my sisters, and my grandmother was like my mother, also because she was always kind of the disciplinarian. My mother was not a very strict mother or anything like that, but my grandmother was. She was a very pious woman, so in a lot of ways it kind of feels like my mother died, even though I love my mother. My mom is the best woman in the world. I love her to death, and she is my mother, but in some sense my grandmother raised me, and she's gone now, and it was very unexpected. Even though she's been in really bad shape the past few years, it was really mostly just like she hurt a lot because she had arthritis, she had diabetes, she had this type of hernia where her stomach was basically in her chest, and we didn't think it was life-threatening, and but it needed to be addressed at some point, but I'll get into that a little later, I suppose. But really it was mostly just pain and a little bit of sickness. And a few weeks ago, her circulatory system just kind of started to act weird. Like her extremities weren't getting enough blood. And one day I looked at her feet and they were just coal black. They were just as black as coal. And they were basically dying. They were necrotizing. And I was like, oh shit, okay, we need to do something. Now is the time. So I called the hospital. And she went to the hospital, and she was there for about 2 weeks, and they realized that, among other things, they had to get that hernia or whatever it was. They had to pull her stomach out of her chest, and in doing that, or maybe not in doing that, but somehow after the surgery, she had like a laceration in her digestive system. All of her digestive gases and fluids kind of ballooned into her body, and it kind of poisoned her body, and she died. It was only a matter of a few hours between that happening, not the surgery, but the laceration and her dying. It was a few days after the surgery, And the day she died, I talked to her that morning, and she said she thought she was coming home. She thought that she was going to be discharged. And so the only reason I'm telling you this is to say that it was very sudden. And this all happened on Sunday. So this week has been very hard on me. The funeral was or the burial was yesterday. The funeral was the day before that. And today is like the first day that it's really kind of started to set in that she's gone, that I don't have to get up every 5 minutes when I'm recording and go check on her, or go pick her up when she falls, or to help her get ready, or, to help her go to the bathroom, or to do all the things that me and my mom did while she was alive. And there's a lot of guilt there, because in a lot of ways that does feel liberating. But at the same time, it kind of robs me of that purpose that I had. So I'm going to have to find that elsewhere. And I hope that I find that on YouTube. I plan on being a lot more active now. I have way too much time on my hands now that I don't even know what to do with it. So I know that to a lot of people, I think this maybe is like the third video that I've kind of made like this, where I've been like, I'm back, but it's so strange. Every time that I would make a video like this saying, hey, I'm back, it wouldn't be a week and something would happen to my grandmother to where she would be even more debilitated than she was before. And almost all of my time went back into her. And so that's why a lot of the content has been sporadic, among other things, but it's been mostly that. This has been a very disappointing year for me on YouTube. I was really looking forward coming into this year that it was going to be a big one for me, but it hasn't turned out that way. And, it's just one of those things where life kind of happens at you. And now I'm not giving up. Now I'm kind of looking at starting back now. And getting back into it and riding out the rest of this year, and then maybe MLB 20 will be the year that I blow up. And I plan on doing other stuff too. I really want to start doing like sports, kind of like what Giraffe Neck does, analyzing baseball and sports and stuff like that, and giving my opinions on things like that. That would be really cool. While also doing MLB. I don't want to stop playing MLB this show, because 19 I think has been the best iteration of MLB since probably MLB 16. I've really enjoyed it when I've had the chance to play, which hasn't been a ton, but it's been a good game, and I'm looking forward to getting back into it now that I'm back. But I don't know. I just have a lot of weird emotions. Like it does feel liberating that I don't have to do the things that I've been doing the past 2 to 3 years. But at the same time, I really miss her. I really do. She was a good woman. She was a pious woman. She had no idea what my channel was like. She had no idea that I cussed like a sailor and did all this stuff, and it probably would have killed her if she watched one video of my channel, because she was a very pious Christian woman. And I learned a lot from her. I disagreed with her on a lot of things, but she is one of the reasons why I am a person of faith. Even though I may not act like it all the time, I'm not perfect. But in a lot of respects, she made me who I am. Whether it was through teaching me things that I carry on to this day, or me rebelling against things that I thought were stupid. It's just one of those things that no matter which way you look at it, she shaped me in a lot of ways. So yeah, I don't really know. I'm making this video partly just to let you guys know that the reasons for why the things have been the way they've been the past few months, what happened, and also just to kind of talk a little bit about everything, because it is kind of therapeutic to me. It's been really nice the past few days to kind of reconnect with family, and to, extended family that I haven't seen in a long time, and do all that good stuff. It's been kind of refreshing. it's kind of unfortunate that it had to happen in the way that it did. But anyways, yeah, that's basically it. That's basically all I wanted to say. As far as the future of the channel is concerned, don't worry. I was never going away forever. I was always going to be back. And I hope that now that I'm back, it'll be better than ever. And that I can do a lot of different stuff that maybe you guys will enjoy. The MLB season's almost over. The Braves are doing great, which is awesome. I'm super excited about that. That's amazing. Hoping Ronald Acuna can get a 40-40 season, and then hopefully in the off season there will be a lot of fun storylines to follow. I may start talking about other sports and stuff like that, do videos on them like NFL, NBA kind of shit. I don't know. I'm not as well versed in those sports, but I know enough. I know about as much as any hardcore sports fan would, that for their second and third favorite sports. But anyways, yeah, guys, I love you guys. I really do. Thank you for all the comments, the well wishes, the thoughts, the prayers during this period. It's really nice of you guys. Yeah. I'm pretty overwhelmed. I mean, I told my grandma that she had people from like Europe praying for her, whenever she was going through all this. But yeah, that's just kind of surreal to think about. I love you guys. I will see you guys soon. Give me a day or two. I'm gonna be. I might stream tomorrow evening. And I might make videos. In the next few days. So yeah, just give me a little bit more time, and you'll have consistent content pretty regularly. So yeah, love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace.